everyone, welcome back to Dark and Dicey. After last episode, we have most of the cast rejoining us once again. As you can see, Amanda is back with us. Welcome back, Amanda. Thanks for joining us again.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and y'all were on tour, correct? How'd that go?
Right.
Fantastic.
I'm tired.
Yeah, you guys just got back,
We got
right?
back like 5 hours ago.
Holy crap.
I'm so tired.
I'm much more well rested because I got back yesterday.
Oh, well planned.
Yeah, I had to pay money to fly myself, but
Okay.
I know that I don't sleep well if I don't have time to do it. So
Fair enough. Fair enough. And you may notice Christina's not with us, and unfortunately, for the foreseeable future, Christina will not be joining us. Please help us respect her privacy and ours. And Christina, if you're watching, again, anytime you'd like to come back on the show to finish your character's arc, we'd be more than happy to have you. Until then, however, let's catch you up on recent dire events while you were gone. So it turned out to be a possible mistake leaving Anna here by her lonesome along with Aaron Fitzgerald and Marcy.
I've heard whispers.
Yeah, things happened. So because you guys haven't actually watched the episode yet, right?
No,
Fantastic. So you'll get caught up with the rest of us. All right.
Damn it, my die. I thought I forgot them, but then I realized they were here the whole time.
This one, my guy?
Both of them actually.
Oh, are they
my
special
guy.
die?
These are my special die. I finally brought them in for
That's
a
right.
little session here.
That's
Hey
right.
there. It's a good
All right.
Put you in a good mood. Yeah,
It's a big move.
big mood.
So last session, there was a short but consequential Yuan-Ti invasion of the Blacksteel Isles.
What?
Yes. Yes, indeed. So, a Yuan-Ti abomination led a squad of Yuan-Ti purebloods into a small invasion of Allhaven itself. The entire population were frozen in place by a strange Yuan-Ti artifact that was later destroyed, and we'll hear about that later. However, your characters were frozen in place for the entire session, except Trixa, who had the help of her demon Azaz break her out of this artifact spell. And what she saw was these Yuan-Ti were taking these paralyzed people from Allhaven in order to try to turn them into their tainted ones, their servants. And also, the Yuan-Ti abomination leading them was trying to just walk straight up the Endspire to take the wish-granting ruby. Fortunately for everyone, Trixa was able to contact Dwight, who loaned her some aid in the form of Aaron Fitzgerald and my wife Marcy, a lizard folk undead warlock, and again Yuan-Ti pureblood monk from 400 years ago. These were not the most peaceful of characters, as evident by the massive trail of bodies they left behind on their way to the Endspire. There was no subtlety last session. There was just a lot of murder. So they sort of carved this bloody path through both Yuan-Ti and innocent civilians, completely frozen, helpless in place. Marcy ate a few people.
happens.
Aaron exploded a few.
As one does.
As one
In
does.
an effort to save the people, they ate the people.
Oh, they weren't trying to save it.
They're just trying to save them.
Yeah, they were just trying to get the Yuan-Ti to not get the gem, and everything
Just
else was sort of
technically
secondary. Yeah. So, and you know, as the ambient necromancy on the island raises the corpses a few minutes after they're down. So what had ended up happening was, because they carved this bloody trail through the city, they raised around 50 undead minions under Trixa's direct command. Which helped them storm the Yuan-Ti defenses and get to the tower before the gem could be acquired. But it also sort of left the zombies free to wander and murder as they please through the city. So the session ended with the trio taking out the Yuan-Ti abomination. Aaron Fitzgerald's character, Eki, ran up the Endspire using her monk powers, and in an attempt to retrieve the wish-granting gem that also acts as Dwight's phylactery. And we'll find out what happens to that in a little bit. In the process of taking out the Yuan-Ti abomination, Trixa accidentally destroys the artifact that resulted in the paralyzation of the entire island. And we sort of pick up right when that happens. So, Kovacs, we're going to come to you real quick because you are the first one to break out of this kind of weird paralyzation spell.
Okay.
You were still kind of investigating your newfound necromancy abilities with Dwight. And after some discussion and after some, some lessons he bestowed upon you, you felt this weird coldness travel up your limbs, and you time passes in a weird blink in your mind, and you just come to feeling stiffness in your muscles as if you were just trapped in place for a very, very long time. You see Dwight off in the corner, sort of communicating with someone in the corner, and after you break out of this paralyzation, Dwight turns to you and says,
Finally! How are you feeling?
What was that?
Oh, don't worry about it. You were paralyzed for a good 30 to 40 minutes, but...
What?
Here's what has happened.
and he brings you over to this large fountain that he uses to scry on events on the island. And you see that through this fountain, the events in Allhaven as it's happening right now, you see these undead bodies lumbering through the street. You see the corpses of these snake people, these Yuanti, rising from being these slaughtered masses of flesh and bone, slowly crawling their way back up to standing, joining the horde as it seeps through the city. What was 50 zombies has turned into 80, 100, 200. These zombies are slowly making their way through the city. And also, what you see is the end spire in the distance. You see a lone figure. You can't make out the details, but she is running straight down the end spire. And you can see just barely a small glint of red in her hand. Smaller than you might imagine. But she has it. And at the base of the tower, you see one more, another figure you can't quite make out, and Trixa, right? Trixa, you see, as soon as the figure running down the spire joins them, immediately turns off and starts to run in towards the direction of the gate. It looks like they're trying to get out as soon as they can. And you see, for one reason or another, the undead do not attack her. In fact, they flank her, and they sort of kind of part the way before her so that she can just get right through them.
I have to go.
Yes, I figured. I will send you through your Mount Deathmare. Prepare yourself. The transportation sequence is a little unnerving.
Oh, here we go.
He places his bony fingers on your shoulder, and you sort of feel the bony ground beneath you open up. Tendrils writhe around your legs and engulf you into this bone-like cocoon and drag you under the earth. And you feel this very stomach-turning sensation of being hurled through the earth itself. You feel Deathmare forming beneath you through the earth, and suddenly you are riding this undead horse through the very ground itself at breakneck speed, headed straight towards Allhaven.
This is my life now.
That's right. This is what life is for you. This is reality. All right, we'll get back to you in just a second. Great. All right, you guys. The last thing you remember was you had just found the secret entrance to the slave pens under the ship. Right? You were exploring. You had just stepped inside. You had seen all these, all these slaves in cages. They're all quiet. They're terrified for their lives. That was the last thing you remember when all of you felt the same kind of a coldness enter your bodies and the stiffening of your limbs. And soon time and reality passes in just an instant in your minds, and the feeling fades and evaporates. And you find yourselves not in the positions that you remember, but kind of crumpled on the ground below the stairs. Like it's as if you had gone downstairs somehow during this time, and you're just sort of in this heap. As if someone just sort of pushed you down these stairs and left you there. But Both Anya and Trixa are gone and missing. Only the three of you remain. As you get up, make a perception check really quick.
15.
15,
16.
16.
Got dirty 20.
Oh wow! Okay. You do hear muffled, panicked cries outside of the ship, and you do not remember that happening before. It was pretty quiet. The last you remember.
Are all the slaves still in the cages?
Oh yeah. Okay. In fact, you see them like discombobulated. They too seem to be coming around from some sort of stupor, right? Okay. They look around sort of confused and questioning what had just happened, just like you guys. It doesn't seem like they have any answers for you either.
What's what put like, are we like on top of each other, like piled in this
Yeah,
order?
sort
of. Who's on top of me? Anyone?
You're sort of sandwiched in between. You're on the bottom. You're in between. Pluck is sort of like draped his feathers on top of you.
Get off me! Pluck, not now! Damn it!
Pluck's just like holding on for dear life. It's like
I push him off completely.
Oh, Pluck, also, as you're being pushed off, you notice your bracelet is missing.
the wand bracelet.
Yeah.
Oh, the
It's
good
missing.
one.
The good one, it's gone.
The fuck happened?
I don't know. I don't care. Come on.
What do you do?
I go and search and continue searching for powder.
All right. So as you're making, Werblin just heads off into the slave pen. It's actually a pretty large area because it encompasses the entire bottom of the ship. You've got like a good 20 feet, in front of one set of cages, 20 feet, another set of cages all on your sides, right? And as you go through this, you have dark vision, correct?
Yeah.
You all have some sort of dark vision.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Except for you. You're
Just like
you're weirdly blind in this environment. you just kind of stumble through the darkness, going like, guys.
and I still look like him, right?
Yes.
Or am I okay?
Yes.
So there's just two of us walking around.
Hilariously, yes, absolutely. So you kind of stumble through, but these two who can see pretty well in the dark, they make their way down the line here.
Do they leave me behind?
Well, you just sort of see them wander off. So it's up to you if you want to follow or you just want to stay here where there's a little bit of light, right?
I guess I'll try to follow. I'll probably trip over myself.
Okay. You know what? Just for fun, give me as you try to go through this darkness. Make a dexterity saving throw for me, really quick.
15.
15? Okay, you're fine.
Okay.
You're fine. So you navigate pretty easily through. There's enough light coming in that you can be like, oh, those are shapes of people. Yeah.
Am I like occasionally walking past, like accidentally touching slaves' faces? Like, sorry. Oh, sorry.
Absolutely.
That's a person.
Absolutely. Yep. You just kind of feel. You just hear.
Sorry.
I turn around and I'm like, Kovacs? And I just keep going.
Temporarily forgetting, like, that's right. That's so weird. All right.
2 uncanny. 2 uncanny.
As you approach towards the back of the ship, you start to make out this kind of hunched over sitting figure at the very back of the ship. You two don't recognize this person. However, Werblin, as you get closer, you know exactly who this person is. And it's not so much a person. When you get to the end of the ship, you see a large, hulking bugbear in full plated armor. This brown fuzz just pouring out of his skin and in braided dreads down his beard. He has one grayed out eye from a war injury. He has a massive shield attached to one arm, a giant flail in another, and he's just sitting on this chair as if it was his throne. You recognize this bugbear because for the longest time, this bugbear was a part of your mercenary squad. This bugbear's name is Deraxis. And you used to call Deraxis, and everyone in your squad used to, jokingly call Deraxis the Mouth. Because he couldn't keep any goddamn secrets, Deraxis, all right?
You're Deraxis?
Deraxis. D-I-R.
Derax.
Not the brightest character, right? But at the time, well-meaning. Don't know what he's doing here. Haven't seen him since, the whole thing with the humans. Yeah, the incident. And as you approach, he seems to be expecting you, right?
Oh, Warbland.
Should I ask?
Of course! Ask away! What could your old buddy Deraxis be doing in the bowels of some slave ship?
I thought you were dead.
Oh, yeah, that was the plan. You never put your faith in me, Warbland. You never gave me the task that suited my demeanor, my standing in life.
Maybe because you were so bloody brash. Couldn't keep a secret either, so we put you on guard, didn't we?
I could so!
And he stands up and he slams his flail into the ground. And he stands to his full 7 feet tall, this hulking armored beast.
Pluck leans over. I'm there, right?
Yeah.
He leans over to Warbland. He's like, "So you know this guy?"
I'm his old boss.
Warbland, do you need protection from this bugbear creature?
Get out of here.
I'm over here if you need it.
Wingerbean's paying me a heap of cash for your head. You think it was a big secret that you didn't make it to Steel Wall Isle, huh? The garrison that was supposed to receive you never reported a deep gnome coming in. So, what's between Thizbanar and the garrison? Let me think. Oh, this bloody island.
Congratulations, Deraxis. You've actually done something correct for once.
Oh, thanks. It was pretty smart. Oh, you're joking. See, that's the thing. That's the thing.
It was all light-hearted. You were in the company, and that meant you were a brother to us, and you knew that.
Oh, you never treated me like a brother. All of you made fun of me, making fun of Deraxis day in, day out. Oh, who's making fun of who now, Warbland?
I'm not making fun of you.
Shut up!
Well, maybe I am, Pluck. If you know something about why I'm here, then I'll do way more than make fun of you, lad.
Oh, I know why you're here, Warbland. Why do you think your little friend got sold out to the humans in the first place? That's right. I told them you were coming. Me and my big mouth.
Where is he?
You think Wingerbean will be stupid enough to keep your daughter here? No. She's all comfortable on his ship, the Black Lotus. You won't be setting foot on that thing anytime soon. What?
You and your bloody mouth.
What?
Let's get him!
You roll for initiative.
Yeah.
Not realizing, of course, they just threw Wingerbean under the table. The bugbear rolls for initiative.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, nice. Yeah, just 12?
12.
Yeah, completely over Deraxis' head. All right.
6.
Gotcha. And Kovacs, you will join combat in 1 turn.
All right.
Yeah. It's very fast, this horse.
I like it.
And let's see. Oh, okay. So it's gonna go. It's gonna go Warbland, Pluck, Deraxis, and then Tala. All right, Warbland. What would you like to do first?
Describe his surround. Is he against a wall? Is he?
Yeah, he's all the way back against the wall. There's still about 15-ish feet between you and Deraxis, and surrounding you are these lines of cages with these prisoners. The ceiling is, I want to say, about 10 feet up. Right. You have 25 feet between. 20 feet between both sets of cages. So you have a wide enough space to operate in. Actually, before your turn, one thing does happen. As the combat starts, you hear this loud clank as Deraxis steps on this plate under his foot, and you see the cages open, all of them, all at once. And you hear the clank of chains as another mechanism drags the prisoners out into the middle of the boat by the chains by their feet, dragging into holes underneath. It seems like he set something up. For once, he's not known to do this.
He thought something out.
He thought something out.
So where did the slaves go?
They sort of kind of are forced to approach you. Like if you can imagine, you're here, Deraxis is here, the prisoners are all forced to sort of march out in your direction as chains pull their feet out towards the center. So they're all in this line from the entrance to where Deraxis is, and they all sort of just encroached on you a little bit. Obviously, from the look on their faces, they do not want to be doing this, right? But they have no choice. That's what happens before your turn, and now it is your action.
Okay. I'm going to try something fancy, and if it's too much, just let me know. I'd like to throw a throwing knife so it gets lodged in the ceiling above him, and then I'd like to make some sort of acrobatic jump, climb up the bars, jump onto it, and swing and get on top of him and attack with my sword.
So you want to throw the knife, acrobatics up to a cage, swing off the knife, and attack him from above?
Yes.
Okay. So sure. I'm not going to ask you to roll to throw the knife into the ceiling. It's fine. Okay. Right. You're seasoned enough, Merc, to do that. I will ask for an athletics check, really quick, just to see if you can do the swinging motion.
That would be a 19.
Okay, so you are able to grab onto the knife and to come down on him like the way you want. Give me an acrobatics.
16.
You do. You absolutely do. It's very impressive. You're like, you don't know what he's planning, but you're not going to have any of it, right? I'm going to say this gives you advantage on attack because he's not expecting you to come at him from this angle.
Yeah, I just want to drive my sword into his back.
Right. Go ahead and roll for attack.
It's a 6 and a 14.
14? All right. Deraxis has had some equipment upgrades since you last met him. You've seen the full plate mail he wears, and usually that's par of the course. It's a shield that you've never seen before. This shield has this light hum to it, which denotes some sort of magic, right? Mm-hmm. So as you come down on him with your very precision strike, this shield, he moves his shield to intercept you, and your sword clangs down on this metal, this ultra hard metal that you've never really encountered. Okay, that's not true. This metal you're familiar with. It's just it doesn't react the way that steel of this caliber usually does to strikes, right? Mm-hmm. It seems to absorb the impact entirely of your sword. It doesn't even leave a scratch. And he shoves you off his shield and you land back towards your friends. This shield, just from this small interaction you've had with it, you can tell it's been enchanted by something. And he has this big belly laugh as he is able to deflect your blow, as impressive as it was. And he rests the shield back up into like a battle-ready position. He readies his flail and he gets into this stance and he's ready for whatever else you throw to it before him. And you do have one more attack, I believe, at level 5, correct? If you want to use.
I think so.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Tal is still very impressed, by the way.
It was super impressive.
Like, even if he didn't make
you're like,
That's horny check. Sorry.
Because you're a minotaur.
Can I use the rest of my turn to cast Hunter's Mark on him?
Yes, absolutely. And that's an action, right? That's not a bonus action.
It is a bonus action.
Oh, it is a bonus.
So
action.
I get an attack.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. And so I can attack still.
Yeah, because it's a bonus action. You still get your.
Okay. I'm just gonna charge back in and go for the legs this time.
All right. Roll to attack. Remind me, does Hunter's Mark give you advantage on attack?
No, it does not.
No. Okay. 5. No. Yeah. He slams his shield down. You go for the ankles, and he blocks your blade once again, absorbing the impact somehow magically on this metal. It doesn't even make a clang. It doesn't make a scratch. It's a very impressive shield. Hopefully, you guys. Oh, by the way, I want you to know there was opportunity for massive amounts of loot last session, and Aaron rolled 2 1s and destroyed like thousands of gold worth of magical items. It was amazing. It was amazing. So let's see if that happens this time again. Pluck, Tala, you see Werblin expertly get in and try to get some hits in, but this juggernaut of a bugbear is so well armored that he deflects both blows. After that, I believe it is Pluck's turn.
Yeah. Okay. So how far? So how far is?
He's about 15 feet away from you.
And then there's all the slaves in between.
Right. And keep in mind, your bracelet has been absconded with.
So do I still have a regular bracelet or just?
Or did you have 2?
Oh wait, no, I gave one.
Yeah, we only had enough for one for everyone.
Yeah.
But we're on a ship, so I don't think a golem would swim out here, right?
Like, I don't know if I can say.
Well, oh well.
Wait, can I give him mine?
You used your bonus action, unfortunately. Unless Pluck, you want to take your action to take the bracelet from Werblin.
That would be my action.
That would be your action. You would have your bonus action left.
Okay, fine. So I'll just kind of snag the bracelet, just like yoink.
I do a cool little backhand. Oh, take it.
And Pluck goes to coolly catch it. He's just like,
Shit.
And that's why it takes the whole turn.
where'd I actually throw that though? It's okay, I got one here.
Where did that go? Oh my god. It was in my shirt pocket. I thought I felt it go in there.
That's good.
It matches my shirt too.
There we go. Yeah. Werblin in this very cool, very awesome combo move after coming down from one of the most impressive attacks you've ever seen in your life, just smoothly takes his bracelet, flings it behind his back, and Pluck tries to complete the really cool music video but fumbles and fails. And Pluck spends his turn putting the bracelet back on his hand. You do have time for a bonus action if you'd like.
Why do I hang out with you lot?
It's like, I don't know. One day you'll figure it out. And I'm going to use my bonus action to cast a cantrip. I am going to try and, let me see, is there a range? I'm going to try and poison spray him.
All right. And he has to make a Constitution saving throw, correct?
Con 14.
14, all right. He does make that. He does make that. Does he still take damage from it if he does make
let's
it?
see. Not just he must succeed or take 1. I don't think he takes anything.
Okay. So you throw your wings out before you. This steam of this purple steam and liquid just sprays out magically towards his body. It hits his plate mail and just sort of slides down it. He looks down and he's like,
Pluck's like, you feel?
Shut up!
Is it more the magic or the strength of the armor that's or both?
You're not. Well, you can see that he is pretty utilitarian armored. You're not quite sure of the nature of the magic of the shield yet, but in gaming terms, you probably figure his AC is pretty high. His armor class.
We'll see about that.
He's very tanky, let's put it this way. So Deraxis, it's his turn. And he stands up to his full height and he looks at Warbund and he's like, "Trifling gnome, your arrogance will be your undoing." And he tries to take a swing at you with his flail. He rolls an 18. I think that might hit, correct?
Yeet.
Yes. All right. So let's see here. Where is my... Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. You will take 11 points of damage. It hits extremely hard. You feel it like crushing into your arm. There's a numb sensation. You move it around. Fortunately, it's not broken. Yeah. But you've always known that this dude was a heavy hitter. That's what you used him for, right? Yeah. He was a frontline shock troops for your mercs, right? And he was very good at what he did. Yeah.
I say you haven't lost a step.
Oh, we'll see who'll be losing a step after today.
And he takes another swing, but he sees that a Pluck has made a move to put on the bracelet, and he's just bright enough to know what that means. So his second swing will be at you, sir. And he rolls a 17 to hit. That hits you, correct? I believe. 40. All right. Here we go. Let's see. 9 points of damage. He doesn't get it all in, but even at a graze, you feel your bones buckle a little bit under the huge flail that collides with you. And then let's see. That is his turn. Tala, it is your go.
Attacking small, visually pleasing people and weird birdmen does not make you brave.
He never was.
Take that back!
No!
Stop making fun of Deraxis!
Stop talking about yourself in the third person.
You were always too sensitive for mercenary work.
Pluck mimics the way he said that just exactly. He's like, "Stop making fun."
As he zooms in on you.
Like, oops.
And Pluck drew aggro.
What?
Can we just attack him with mockery and just like
He just gives up and cries and
Not the spell, just
regular. All of my attacks are pretty much horns. So there's horns, hammering horns, goring rush.
That explains why you're so horny for me.
Yeah, horny check's always a 20. I guess regular horns. It's 1d6 plus the strength modifier.
Does it say anything about you needing to either dash at him or?
Goring rush is dash plus horn attack, and then horns is just.
Right. Okay. So you can use your horns if you'd like. You get 2 attacks, so your horns can be one of them if you'd like. Okay. So roll to hit your d20. There you go.
10.
10, and add your Hunter if you will look and see what her both strength modifiers.
Is it plus 5?
Yep.
Okay. So 15.
15. Is that plus your what's it called? Your not expertise. What am I saying?
Proficiency.
Your proficiency. Yeah.
Proficiency bonus is plus 3.
Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8. 18 total.
All right.
So you take this massive swing on this bugbear, and you are used to cleaving through whatever you want.
Wait, is this my horns or Brenda?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, your horns.
Brenda has a different.
I'm sorry.
Brenda.
Apologize. So you rush at him with your horns. The shield absorbs the impact.
Damn it.
There's no clang, no anything. It's strangely quiet as it just dampens, and he's able to just sort of push you back. Even an 18 does not penetrate his armor.
I have, if I roll a 20 on Brenda, I could do some damage, but that's only if I roll a 20. So it's 1d12?
Roll to hit again, see if you can get up.
18.
Damn.
The shield, Brenda comes down as mighty as ever. It hums with this dark energy on its blades, and Brenda actually makes somewhat of an impact. When Brenda hits the shield, you hear the telltale clang. You hear even soft scraping noise as this majestic, beautiful axe of the Iron Hoofs, this ancestral axe of the Iron Hoofs, comes down on his shield and leaves this very ugly scratch down the center of it. The bugbear seems surprised by the impact of it and looks at his shield and said,
Hey! This was very expensive!
That's blood money you got there.
Blood money is regular money, you know that!
No, when it's family.
I didn't know there was a difference.
So at the end of this turn, there's a... Really quickly, before you get here, you three, will you please all roll perception for me one more time? With disadvantage because you're in combat.
What's the disadvantage thing?
Disadvantage means you roll twice and take the lower number.
9.
9.
Okay.
2.
Okay. Unfortunately, you guys do not realize what else is in this room. After you strike his shield,
Like, this doesn't usually happen to me.
you look at Wormwood's like,
Usually,
usually I execute people.
it's my name.
Deraxis looks at Warbler and it's like,
Yeah, I'm not just a follower anymore, Warblund. I've got my own crew now. Boys!
Boys.
Pluck, you are surprised attacked from behind. Oh.
Hey, stop.
Oh my god. Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. You're okay.
Does it sound like it's fine?
Okay. Okay.
You rolled for like 2 minutes there.
Yeah. It's fine. You
That's
do
like 1%
take
of the show.
You do take 20 points of damage, however. A goblin assassin creeps up behind you and hiding behind one of the prisoners, peeks out and just stabs you right in the back.
Cool.
20 points of damage.
Squawk.
Wordblend. A goblin assassin attempts to do the exact same thing. And trips and falls on his knife. And dies.
Nailed it.
I turn around and just see this and go, I did that.
There's a
That was
pause.
me.
There's an awkward pause.
Oh, Peter.
That was very impressive.
Maybe you should have come to the recruitment meetings.
Let's just all ignore that happened. Okay? Just, if anyone asks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck!
Whoa, I'm waiting.
Pluck, however, your assassin is able to use his cunning action and rolls very high on a hide check, and you see it, and you see this goblin disappear behind this row of captives, and just vanishes from sight again.
Wait, what the fuck? Wait, no, I saw him. He's in here. He stabbed me. It hurt a lot.
Did the Birdman accidentally stab himself?
What?
I didn't see anyone.
I like turn around, there's like blood coming out of my back. I would have done that.
He's emo, but not that emo.
All right. Kovacs, I'm gonna have to. Oh, I just wrote his name down. Bye, Peter. Ooh, we hardly knew ye. Kovacs, you after some time just careening through the earth, Deathmare explodes out of the ground. You see this huge ship before you, coming in very close, dangerously fast. Deathmare. Deathmane?
It's Maine.
Oh, okay, it's not Deathmare. Yeah, I'm sorry. Deathmane, without even blinking twice, just sort of collides into the hull of the ship, shattering the wood with his crazy demon horse face.
Oi!
You guys just see the wall next to you explode, and here comes Kovacs riding Deathmane. Maine. And Deathmane just sort of clomps down onto the wood, shattering bits and pieces of the stuff beneath his hooves. And you arrive on the scene, and you see what is happening around you.
I look down at Deathmane before I even realize what's going on. I'm just like, Deathmane, we need to go to the end spire. Why are we here? What? And then I see you guys. Oh shit.
Deraxis. That's a good recruit, Kovacs. What's with the dead horse?
Oh, he's mine.
We need help.
Yes, I can see that.
Roll initiative to join the...
A 22.
Oh, wow.
Wait,
All right. That
so-
puts you all the way up front.
So if I also had 22, just for the record.
I thought you had 20.
A dirty 20.
dirty 20.
Do I need to name the actual number above it?
If he rolls a 22, I need to know.
Okay.
Your dex is 16 now. What's your dex?
His is probably higher.
17.
Skills. Nope. This is bad on a phone. Abilities, that's what
Yeah.
Also, aren't we at the bottom of the ship?
Mine is 16.
You are at the bottom of the ship.
Is there water coming in from?
No. He didn't. He came down at an angle. No worries. He just burst water's coming in. You're like, oh.
Everyone dies.
Right. And that's the end.
Great show.
Thanks,
everybody.
Deathmane. You're a pal. What was your dex?
Also 16.
Also 16, but yours come up to 17 now
Yeah.
instead. Okay, so yeah, Warblunt is still ahead of you.
Okay.
Nimble little guy.
Yes.
Nimble boy.
Nimble. All right, Warblunt is the top of the turn. It is your turn.
Can I do an Arcana check on that shield?
Yes, roll Arcana.
Hey, 5.
5. Sure is magic.
What is up with that thing? So I have no idea where the other assassin went.
No, he hid pretty well, using the line of bodies and living flesh, and of course, all the captives seem to be too scared to sort of communicate what's happening.
How bad is he looking?
He's bleeding pretty heavily from the back, near the spine.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna cast Fog Cloud on our position.
Okay. Fog cloud.
Oh, wait, hold on. Never mind.
Okay.
I don't have a bracelet anymore.
Oh.
Hey. Yes, I can't heal him either. Okay, I'm gonna just go for Deraxis.
Okay.
Charge in and attempt to get a stab in edgewise beyond the shield.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Deraxis slouched.
18. Do I get a plus on that for anything?
A hunter's mark gives you extra damage, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to hit with it, unfortunately. No, you clang off the shield with the 18. He's so tanky with this shield. Unfortunately, your first hit bounces off the shield as well.
Okay. So I don't get any additional things to hit beyond what I roll. Is that correct?
Aside from your proficiency bonus and your dex modifier.
Oh, I wasn't adding that.
You should probably do that.
I should have probably been doing that from episode 1.
Probably.
What do I add now?
Jesus. Zach.
Yeah, I'm bad at this game.
It's okay. Okay, so from now on, whenever you roll to attack, you add your proficiency bonus, right?
Proficiency is where?
It should have a box. It should be +2, +3, right?
Plus my dex modifier. Okay, I'm like 25.
Yeah, you hit him. You hit him this time. You absolutely hit him.
So I've just been a weak boy this whole show.
Look, you've just been keeping yourself because you don't want to appear too overpowered.
Right.
That's all. You've just
Okay.
been holding back.
Cool. Attack!
Roll for damage. You absolutely hit him.
Okay, I get a... Let's see, additional d6 from that spell plus a d8 from my sword.
Plus your, I believe your blades have finesse. So you also add your dex modifier to the damage.
I did not know this.
You should do that from now on, too.
Okay. Well, I'm about to just hurt for the rest of this show ever. Okay. That's an 8.
Nice.
Do I get to roll? Because I get 2 attacks. So did that roll?
Yeah,
to hit
your
affect
second
both
attack
attacks?
will be separate. So let's figure
I have
out
to
the
roll to
damage.
hit on that one as well.
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll
so
figure out
the
the damage for this.
D6 from Hunter's Mark. That's a 6.
Yay!
All right, max it out. Just making up for lost time.
Yep, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah. So I got that, and then roll to hit for the
Did you add your dex modifier to the damage?
plus 3. So 11 plus 6, 17.
Yeah. So for the first hit, actually, you know what? Before I describe the sequence, see if you hit with the second one, and then we can make a whole sequence out of it.
No.
No,
6.
that's all right. But you charge at Deraxis. You remember during your days in the Merc Squad, he had this really bad habit of lowering guard on one side if he was attacked from a certain angle, right? So you abuse that knowledge, and you come in, you shift to one end while he tries to come down with his flail. You shift to his right side. You take your sword and you just jam it upward, and you get him right through the plate mail in between his armpit, and you just stab him good right there. And the blade sticks for a little bit, and then you pull it out, and a gush of blood comes out, and he cries in pain, and you see him sort of favoring his flail arm from now on, and he sets himself back in place.
That's a dirty trick. You know I have a twitch there. It's a medical condition.
Oh, you in that mouth. Money can't buy everything, lad.
All right. So yeah, you've drawn first blood on Deraxis.
It's about damn time.
All right. Kovacs, it is your turn.
I'm gonna hop off a Deathmane and pat him on the head and give him a little smack on the bottom.
He explodes into shards of bone aggressively everywhere.
Oi! Little warning, please.
It's like every time.
Well, it's like trying to collect some of the bones that fell. It's like storing.
So I'm still looking like him, right?
Yes.
It's like that Spider-Man meme. Both.
She's dressed up in your.
Wait, so they haven't met, have they?
No. She's dressed up in your Hyperion Hell Phoenix outfit, looking disturbingly like you.
I'm just borrowing it.
You know what? I don't want to know. Is it clear what the present threat is here, or am I kind of like?
Well, you did just see Werblin stab this giant, heavily armored bugbear who seems to be manipulating these captives through this chain mechanism at his feet.
All right, so we're killing that.
As an old friend.
Perfect. I love killing those.
Yeah. I do it often.
It makes room for new friendships.
Don't speak too soon.
Right.
So I'm just gonna, if I can get to him and attack twice.
Yeah, and you have a bracelet, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Roll to hit.
It's a 1.
Great.
Does he fall on his knife and die?
Kovacs saves the day.
Fantastic. All right. So, you know how you've been sort of chatting with Dwight about necromancy, right? And he's given you some tips on channeling some of the power you've got inside you into specific things. You know, like,
Yeah, sure.
Sword and all that. You know, it's a great time. So you were all 1 to 4. I rolled a 2. Roll for damage.
Pardon?
Just roll for damage.
11.
11 total?
Yeah.
Plus everything? Mm-hmm. Fantastic. You swing your sword completely with the intention of severing this bugbear's head, and you start channeling for the very first time this necromantic energy into your blade.
Oh, should I add that too?
Yes.
Damn it.
Why'd you say that?
What was that, 1d6?
Yes, 1d8.
Oh, it's 8. Great. 3.
3. All right, so it was 14 total.
Yep.
You channel this necromantic energy into your blade. The first time you're doing it, so it's a little wonky. It's a little chaotic. You're trying to get the feel of it, right? You're trying to will it down the length of your blade, and you feel the energy just sort of start to. It's fighting you. It's fighting you. You've just never done this before. You know, it's first time jitters, right? First time necromancy jitters. So it causes the blade to go awry as you swing. The curve of the angle of it curves slightly due to the necromantic power, and you find it sliding off slightly askew and hitting Pluck. Pluck, you take 14 points of damage as you feel this terrible coldness through the blade cleave through part of your flesh at the shoulder.
Pluck looks at it and just goes,
It's awful.
"Oh."
Welcome back, I guess.
Is this how you usually treat your friends?
No.
Ah, see, that's what it feels like.
He was actually my friend.
Peter was my friend, sort of.
Peter sucked.
We drank together.
Anyway, so you still have a second action, a second attack.
Let's try that again.
No. Let's not try that again.
I got it, Borblin. I've got it. I can do this. It's not good, but it's not a 1. 15.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, you do get the power under control this time. You swing down, the necromancy bites at the magic enchantment at the shield. They sort of collide and sparks crackle in between the two, but he is able to fend you off. And you get this, just by the one hit against the shield, you also understand that this shield is enchanted and he is very heavily fortified, this bugbear.
Okay.
Anything else that you'd like to do before the turn is over?
I could do a bonus action,
Yes.
but I don't have a bunch of those. So I will cast Branding Smite on my weapon just for like next time.
Great. So as he forces you off, you strike your blade against the wood of the ship, and a deep crackling energy covers the silver. The black adamantite etchings down the middle, and it just flares to life and hums with power, ready to strike again. Pluck. It is your turn.
Cool. So I gotta make myself a death save.
Oh, you went down?
Yeah.
Oh,
so I
jeez.
hit the floor. That's a 5.
Start to bleed out a little bit. Yeah, it's a little difficult.
Question.
Yeah.
And you don't have to tell me a straight answer here, but if I used that other thing that I can do with my weapon...
Oh, it's automatic if he dies of it.
Oh. Carry on.
Yeah.
Deraxis' turn. All right. So he sees he feels just from the impact of your blade that you are one of the bigger threats. So just keeping Werblund in his sights,
Borrow a D20. Let me know.
he tries to get a swing in on you, Kovacs. That's probably not going to hit you. 5, 6. No, 10. He rolls a 10 for his first hit. His flail crashes against your blade, and you parry it easily. And there's a shower of sparks, and he comes at you one more time. You actually, does a 16 hit you? Nope. No. Yeah. You the flail comes back, and you deftly spin the sword, and you parry the blunt spiked head of the flail against the crackling middle of your blade, and it parries, and it again sparks shower all everywhere. It's very cinematic.
Nice.
You guys just have this short exchange. Now, Tala, it is your turn.
I feel like I'm just gonna keep hitting it. That's all I can do, right?
Yeah, you are.
I'm just strong as shit, and I hit things.
Got you.
I'll try to use Brenda again. I'm gonna get that 20. Close enough. It's a 4. Same thing.
Right. So yeah, you come down with your axe. Again, he considers your axe a little bit before blocking the shield, blocking it with his shield, because he sees that your weapon can damage his shield. Yours is the only one so far. So he tries to parry it in a way that it would slide down the shield, but to no success. It bites deep into his shield, and it leaves just a tiny bit of a scar afterwards, and he seems very upset by it. Very expensive. So you do have one more attack if you'd like.
Is the mark one, like where it's like the marking the target's not gonna really help, right?
I'm sorry, say one.
I have one that's like the melee, like an unwavering mark where I can mark my target. I don't know if that's. Does that mean I'll hit him every time?
No, it doesn't mean you can. That'll hit you. That'll hit him every time. But it does mean that he'll have disadvantage on every person he tries to hit that's not you.
Then I will do that.
All right.
That would really help bring it down.
But however, to activate it, you have to hit him.
Okay. So I have to wait till my next turn,
You
basically.
still have an attack.
So I hit him and then I can activate it.
Yeah, as soon as you get
okay.
an actual hit in, you can.
Okay, so I'll do Brenda again, I guess.
All right. And Brenda's coming down.
It's a 1.
For the record, I'm already unconscious.
1, 2, 3, 4. So, you know, you're.
I tried.
It's hard fighting in the bowels of the ship.
I'm not in my normal body. Like, I'm not in my
it's a little
element.
awkward.
Didn't stretch beforehand.
You swing your axe back, ready to just decapitate this mofo, and you just swing it back a little too hard. Roll for damage.
D6
No, roll for Brenda.
Okay.
Brenda damage, which is 1d12.
18. Oh wait. So a D12.
1d12 plus your
that's
strength
this
modifier,
one?
please. Plus 1 because
7.
7 plus 1,
Plus
8.
1.
Plus your strength modifier.
Strength modifier's 5.
10, 11, 12, 13. 13, fantastic. Kovacs, you get smacked by the broadside of a very large, heavy axe.
Great.
Right against the side of your face. I'm sorry, was it
7 plus
13, right?
5. Yeah. Yes.
For 13 points of damage.
I was certain the universe would send that to me, and I feel very lucky right about now.
I could never do that to you.
That's exactly why I thought it would happen.
Yeah, you're finding all of you are finding it's very awkward fighting in the bowels of this slave pen.
Is she with us?
Sorry.
I couldn't tell you straight, mate.
And I'm just a body.
Everyone but Pluck, give me a perception roll.
13.
Nat 20.
Oh!
Yikes. 9.
9? Okay. Kovacs, you hear a creak, like a creaking behind you. And it's not the ringing in your ears from being hit by that large axe. You look just over your shoulder, and you see a goblin do this.
Just like.
He attempts to use his a cunning action, and he does. And you see him just scurry behind another row of captives.
So I don't get opportunity because he It was the cunning action.
Yeah.
Can we still see like part of him sticking out?
No, unfortunately, he rolled high enough where he just like.
Wait, was there a? Never mind.
All right.
Why are you looking at him?
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, I hit you with that axe. You're probably seeing things. My fault.
That may be the case.
Like, you keep going to talk to Plug. He's like, did you say... Oh, right.
Top of the round. Wordblend, it is your turn. As you're about to make your action, you're aware that the goblin that fell down and just stabbed himself in the face. You see his body start to twitch, and that's all.
Good.
So if I heal him, it doesn't do anything. If we were out of combat, I could, but since we're in combat, he has to make his saves. I can't heal him out of it.
You can heal him out of it. Yeah.
Can I go and grab his bracelet and do so? Cast Cure Wounds?
Is your cure spell an action, or is it?
It is an action. Yeah.
Okay, because you would need to acquire the bracelet, put it on, and that is the action, unfortunately. So if you want to heal him, you have to do that and then wait till next turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Unless you just want to risk the golem.
No, I'm gonna go.
Let's make things worse.
Not on a big boat.
all right. So
I like not drowning.
You go over to Pluck. You rummage through his feathers. You see he's bleeding out. He's like, I got you 1 second. Oh gosh. Okay. So Kovacs. After that, it is unless you have a bonus action you'd like to do.
No, I don't think I can.
Oh.
Well, let's see. Yeah, these are all action. What?
Go to actions. There's a section for bonus actions.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
Kovacs.
All right, I've never done this before.
Actually, I do have an attack, but would I be able to run all the way back to Deraxis and attack? It's my bonus action, or
I don't think you'd be able to now.
Okay, yeah,
unfortunately.
So, I tell Pluck that I'm very sorry, and I use Lay on Hands. I don't know what this is going to do.
So it's your paladin level plus what was it? Plus something else, right?
What did I just run over here for?
Apparently, I've got 25 HP that I can potentially give.
Great.
So,
was it your HP plus your paladin level, or just like your health total?
it's D&D Beyond's just saying 25 is my pool.
Okay.
So,
Okay, great. Pluck, you do not feel the gentle, warming touch that you would expect from a paladin lay on hands. You feel this kind of bitter, acrid, kind of nauseating sensation run through your body. You feel your wounds start to close, but not in a very healing, very supportive way. You feel it almost burn itself shut, like this blue fire burns your wounds closed, and it is not a pleasant feeling. You are back up 25 health, however. Just feel kind of gross.
Plug just kind of like gets up and like brushes some feathers off and just is looking at Kovacs.
are we good?
Plug's like little feathery finger.
What the hell? I was gonna save him.
Well, I just felt like things were dire, so I took action. And I felt bad.
And now Wurblin has the bracelet, and Pluck does not.
Is it Pluck's turn?
It is.
Yeah, I don't have anything else I can do.
I
So.
think it is Pluck's turn.
Just take this.
Well, like after Wurblin does that, Pluck just kind of...
I did it for your own good.
Pluck, do me a real quick favor. Make
What?
make an intelligence roll really quick, an intelligence check.
10.
10? I mean... Oh, that's wrong. Wait, that's not going to do any good. I forgot that you had lost the wands. Because the wands would have been like bonus actions. Oof. Yeah, good old Trixa.
I would like to make a bonus action.
Yes.
I'm going to cast Healing Word on myself.
Yes, roll for the healings.
So that is 6.
6. All right, so you heal up 6 more, and you're. I believe you're back up to full.
No.
Wow.
Is
You got a
healing
lot of
words? Is it just like him like validating himself, like affirmations? Like
He's
you're
just like, it's not your fault.
you did the best you could.
Never put any of
okay.
this.
Yeah, so you spend the turn getting back up. You're back from the brink. Now it is Deraxis' turn, and he's very wary of your axe because it's the only thing so far that's even dented his enchantment. So he's gonna go. Oh no! He's not.
He's so afraid. He's just losing his die.
Thank you very much. It's back.
Brenda did that.
Will 12 won't hit you, right? Your AC is.
Is my no, it won't.
Okay, yeah.
Please.
So you and Deraxis exchange in this very impressive show of bladesmanship as he flails at you with his flail, and you. Yeah, you
Whatever.
You do a very impressive Minotaur kata with Brenda, and it's super stunning and visually pleasing. And he tries to come at you again. Oh, that was very dangerously a 1, but it's not. He clumsily comes at you a second time. It doesn't work out very well. He's driven by adrenaline now more than anything. He's just trying to get in a hit.
Do I just step to the side?
Yeah, you hoove once, comes down. So that is his turn. It is now your turn.
All right, take 2. Boom!
There we go.
20.
Oh,
I decapitate my target.
Tala, as you well know, is named the Executioner. This axe she holds that hums with this terrible, terrible power. It's almost instinct at this point. You see him clumsily come at you with one swing, right? You sidestep, and just like the good old days, oh look, someone's crouched down in front of you.
Presenting themselves.
Oh my, what do? Brenda? You see this black blade, this huge rune-etched black blade come down like a goddamn guillotine. Not even through his neck, through the part that connects his shoulders to the rest of his shoulders, through the plate mail itself, cleaving through like it was goddamn cheese, separating this part of himself from the rest. The body staggers and just falls. You hear, however, one last click as his body falls forward onto the plate in front of him that he was saving as a last resort. 1 second. Okay. The goblin that was hiding in the ship hears the click and he GTFOs. You just see this thing go straight out the back. The encounter is over, but there's an explosion. And another explosion. And the ship just sort of goes... Everyone make dex saves.
Great.
11.
15.
22.
22.
7.
Werblund and Pluck. You see a large hole erupt from, even bigger than the one Kovacs made, erupt from the side of the ship. This time, however, water does start coming in.
I cast Water Walk.
You can now walk on water.
Yup.
However, it starts to fill up pretty quick.
Can I run out the hole that just opened up?
You do, in fact.
Okay,
And
cool.
you're like, see, you jog straight through the water.
just
It's very awkward to see.
He just Naruto runs on the water just out.
Werblund, you see Pluck having cast this. You just grab onto part of his clothing. And you're like,
take me with you.
So you see these two just bolt it out of the water through the ship, leaving you two with the corpse of this this bugbear. Can
I yell something on my way out?
Yeah, what do you?
Grab the shield!
Oh, don't worry.
So you're all still in the bowels of the ship. The water is starting to come up. You see fire start engulfing the ceiling. Obviously, there was some sort of set explosion. There are still all these living captives who are terrified. Is there anything you want to do with them?
I just got horns.
Are they chained up?
Oh yes.
And this, how fast is this ship filling up?
Like this.
How much time do you think I got?
I'd say you have about a full minute before the whole thing fills up.
Well, that's not enough.
So the chains are all like, it's like one
On their feet, yeah.
but like it's all they're all of them connected by
attached
one
all
chain.
to one giant chain.
Can I try to sever the thing?
Yes, absolutely.
6.
6. You manage to sever one of their
Like a link.
Yeah, you sever a link in it. You free one, and he looks at you sort of appreciative because you're kind of scary looking, right?
Well, I look like him right now.
Oh, scary looking.
Yeah. I also forgot that water walk applies to people I can see, up to 10 creatures. Could that have been applied retroactively, or did I peace out?
Probably something like that. You probably would have to tell me at the time.
I know for next time.
Yes. So yes, this one shivering, malnourished slave, kind of like walks towards you guys. Is like, now what?
Well, I see her do that, and I think that's a good idea. So I will also try to sever this big old chain.
Oh,
that's great.
I mean, technically, it bumped the other ones. Can you get another roll?
It was interference.
Yeah.
So what do I add? Like just like an attack?
Just a regular attack.
So it'd be like 9. It's 9.
Okay. You managed to sever the links of another. This chain is stronger than you thought. Your blade kind of glides off the chain and severs 2 links, and 2 more slaves are immediately freed. These slaves, however, unlike the first one, are trying to free the other slaves attached to them. They're desperately trying to get through whatever's holding the rest of them in place. You see that it's probably not going to work out, but this might be family. You don't know. The water is very quickly filling up. You have maybe 40 seconds before this entire place is
So is there a way to just like maybe like start knocking down like walls or like so people can I don't know because they're going to be they're trapped under the deck if the water fills up.
right.
Can we blow shit up? Do we have any blowy uppy shit?
I don't. I would take another hack at it if we got a little bit of time.
You got time for 2 to 3 more hacks before you need to start getting the hell out. Also, before you rolled that, you already rolled that. It's fine. It's fine. Keep whatever you roll. What was it?
Oh, yeah.
19 plus 7.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. You bring your blade down on the chain hard, and even though there's resistance, your very well crafted sword splits the chains in twain, and the rest of the captives are freed. They're malnourished and weak, but they are freed. Just as you are able to sever the chains, however, you hear a scream from behind you. The goblin who went down first has risen, and it has tore into one of the captives and is just eating them alive.
Yikes.
So now that you have, there's a lot of these captives. There's about 20 of them, 19 now. 19 captives. They're all sort of looking to you for guidance because they don't know what to do. Everything's so chaotic. Things are filling up with water. It's on fire.
I'm going to control Undead this goblin.
All right. So it immediately stops eating.
I'm going to tell him to drown.
Drown yourself.
Livent.
Living.
The goblin's like, it doesn't really work, but he's trying.
As long as he's done.
Yeah.
It's the thought that counts.
Okay, so I didn't quite know where exactly we were because I missed the part where they actually.
Oh, that's
got
right.
to
That's
the
right.
ship.
So there is a set of stairs on the opposite end of where you are in the slave pens under the ship. So you could try to run to that and to get up there. You can feel from the ceiling though that things are rapidly on fire. Right? There's the hole you came through, and then there's the hole that they Naruto'd out of.
Yeah.
Those are your options so far.
Are we like how far into the water are we on this boat?
Oh, you're actually somewhat close to land.
Pretty close.
You're pretty close to being docked. You're not like out in the ocean or anything.
Okay, gotcha. I wasn't sure like how far out we were. Yeah. All right, everybody, let's make our way to the top.
To the other side, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you start guiding these folks through the slave pens. You guys dash up the stairs. First, let me go back to you guys really quick. You guys make it out. You land safely. You see that the ship is taking on water. You see the entire upper portion of the ship in flames. The masts have been blown off. Part of the front part is just gone. And for the first time out in the open, you kind of see the carnage happening in Allhaven. You turn around, and there are shambling undead everywhere. Everywhere. There is blood caked on the ground, the walls. Weirdly enough, cute animals are completely unharmed.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
What
just
about ugly animals?
puppies running around. They're also unharmed. I had to think for a second.
Ugly animals too.
Ugly animals too. Yeah, animals are completely okay. Just horses just trotting around going like, I'm free. You know? So back to you guys really quick. That's just what you see. You make it out to the. You do find that there's been some debris that's fallen down in your way that's blocking your escape. You may be able to hack through it, but you're not quite sure how thick it is to get through the entire thing.
I think in the heat of the moment, I'm just going to hack through it.
All right.
Why? 12.
12. You're able to hew through a good portion of these beams that are on fire, and just enough. There is enough space for one person to get through at a time now. It's still kind of on fire, but in the heat of the moment, you can probably get through real quick.
Yeah.
Can I hack at it too?
Yes, go for it.
16.
16. All right.
Do I have an attack bonus?
Whatever your attack bonus.
My attack bonus is 3.
Oh, sweet. So, yeah, okay. So, Kovacs takes the first part of it out, and then in quick succession, your blade comes down and slices easily through the rest, just breaking, shattering the rest of these planks in front of you, and you're able to successfully get 19 of these captives off onto the burning deck of the ship. And now that you're on this burning deck of the ship, you see Werblund and Pluck off to the side, but you also see, you've already seen it, but now you see your brethren?
So are we in the water or on the deck of the ship?
You're not on the deck of the ship. You've actually made it to the outside on the land. So
Okay.
you're kind of on the beach area, outside of the docks of Allhaven. And you emerge onto the flaming deck of the ship. What do you do next?
How many people can fit on Deathmane?
3?
Okay.
How many could fit on if I turn back into me, like with Deathmane and me and my steed as well? We could,
Okay. Probably 8. 8 people.
total or
Total.
Okay. It's more than none.
Okay.
And then the other ones can just try and swim. I don't know.
All right. Sure. All right. So you you make a very quick costume change. You burst forth from the
With no warning. I don't tell
right.
anybody like, hey, I'm undead, I'm
exactly.
freaky.
So as you guys are standing taking in the sights, right? You just notice her going like, ah! like straight out of your costume. It falls to the side next to you. And for the first time, you see this massive abomination of an undead minotaur. Her legs fuse grotesquely into what appears to be another entirely different animal that's just grossly attached to her lower torso.
Can I say something to Pluck from our view?
Yeah.
Is it wrong if I genuinely think she's ugly? Because that's a lot.
Hey man, she's into you, not me, so that's your problem. But every creature's beautiful in their own way. Even if they're fused with another beautiful creature.
And dead.
And dead.
Yet alive.
Yet alive.
Thanks, Pluck.
I'm happy for you two. You're gonna make such weird looking babies.
That was no conversation over. DM.
All right. So you emerge from your cocoon of Kovacsness.
I'm not surprised at this point. I'm just like,
You're like, all right.
I accept it.
seems about right.
Do I rip up his costume when I explode into my...
It's gonna probably need some repair. Yeah, but it's mostly intact.
I'm mostly upset about that.
Oh, no.
Be careful with
The
that.
stitch work.
I'm still in the Captain Allhaven outfit, aren't I?
Yeah.
Ha, I forgot about that.
All right. So now, so you. The citizens are fucking scared pissless of you, by the way. It's going to have to actually take a persuasion roll from one of you to make them get on that quasi-monster.
Okay.
So she is the mount?
I am and I'm on it, but I am it. Don't overthink it. I am
Right.
17?
17? So yeah, you even though they're scared witless, they're smart enough to be like, well, I'm on this burning ship.
Do I give like a big like Independence Day type speech?
You have like
like
3
rough.
seconds to give some sort of convincing right?
Otherwise,
Right, exactly. And they're like, yeah, she makes a lot of sense. She makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that's convincing. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. All right. So these
It's very composed of them.
so 5 of them manage to climb all over you and just sort of like strew their bodies against you. Like you're.
they're like falling through my bones.
Yeah, exactly. Your rotting flesh just kind of like, mush in their hands. They're like, oh, God. Oh, okay, here we go. And then Deathmane erupts into existence right next to you, getting bone dust in some of the captive's eyes. Like, oh, why? They clamber onto this monstrous steed, and you two. Okay, now you've got 8 of these guys on you. The rest are like, well, what do we do?
Do I do I see all this happening?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I get the idea that there's still people who don't fit?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious that there's how many left? 11 innocent people left.
Or left? Okay. Can I cast Water Walk again for 10 of them to get it?
Oh no! So one person's gonna be left behind.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to tell them, like, hey, so one of y'all's going to have to piggyback.
All right. The smallest of them, a very surly-looking guy. He's like the one who's been unimpressed by everything this entire time. Is like,
I'll do it. I'll take you back.
Jeff, are you sure?
Yeah. I'll be the one.
Good old Jeff.
Good old Jeff. So Jeff, this 4-foot tall man, human. He's just very short. He kind of gets on his friend's back. He's like, all right, let's do it. So the 11 innocent slaves, they're able to safely kind of get into the water. They're in no danger of drowning, and they are able to make their way around. And you're able to just carry these the ones on your back safely off the ship. Both of you are I was going to say both of your mounts, but your mount and you are strong enough to just leap off through not through the flames, but over the flames and land safely.
I'd like to do it through the flames. I think it would look cooler, and I think Warbling could see me from the shore.
You do it through the flames, and
Yeah, I probably should have done that.
one of your slaves is lost in the fire. You hear a screaming noise as a straight plank catches onto one of the slaves' slave collars, and as you look back, thinking you've saved all of them, he's just sort of hanging by the neck on this plank, and he's on fire.
I don't think Warbling saw that.
If I haven't jumped yet, can I like shove this guy into the water?
Shove one guy into the water?
If I haven't jumped yet, can I shove
No,
this
you've jumped.
guy? Okay, well, rip.
Well, he's already on fire. There's nothing we can do for that guy.
Yeah.
He's probably a douchebag anyway.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, why else would he be on fire?
Obviously, that
Dark and Dicey every Monday night.
Because he's a liar.
bad things only happen to bad people. That's just physics.
Is that why we keep getting shitty rolls?
So as you're looking at, you've saved a good 18 of these folks. That's above average.
Pretty good.
To good.
Oh yeah, one got aided, didn't he?
Yeah, one got aided, unfortunately. And you're just sort of watching this ship burn and go down, and you're like, you know what? It could have gone worse. You didn't get the shield.
Oh,
Kovacs.
Gone worse.
Kovacs.
And now the ship just sinks.
Are we all just like standing on the beach watching this?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Kovacs, did you do what I told you to do?
Oops.
What happened?
We don't get any loot. That's what happened. I just take out my blade that I stabbed him with. Just lick it.
Like, it was loot?
And I look at the ship and just say, insubordination will not be tolerated.
What'd you...
Warbling one line.
Oh, just that silly shield.
Oh, I could try.
Oh, yeah?
I would like to wild shape into a reef shark.
Oh.
And try and, if I can, kind of go back to where we came out and investigate the room, see if I can maybe grab it.
Okay, sure. You sort of make your way into the water. You see Pluck, his feathers fold in on himself, and he becomes this slithery kind of like a gray reef shark, and dives into the water.
But like, as I walked in, I actually didn't walk deep enough. So like, at first,
flailing.
and then I'm just like slowly trying to.
I just sigh and just go over and start rolling him towards the surf.
As you finally, with the help of Warbling, you make it into the water. Go ahead and give me an investigation roll really quickly.
17.
17, yes. You're able to make it back through the hole. You see like a couple of that goblin still trying to drown himself. Now he doesn't have to put his head down. He's just sort of walking around. Like,
confused.
He's going to be busy for a while.
trying his best, like looks at you like
Shark Pluck with his little fins is just like.
all right. But yes, you do find the shield, and you're able to snatch it up with your jaws. You guys, while he's doing this, you suddenly hear this collective moan from deep inside every undead in Allhaven. All at once, you see their eyes light up in green fire as if something was just told to them. They were just given some sort of instruction. And all at once, they all drop what they're doing, hundreds of these things, and start marching very quickly towards the gates of Allhaven as if trying to get out. Right?
Does Deathmane do it?
Deathmane, no. Deathmane does not. He is still under your control.
And Tala doesn't either?
No, you don't feel this call, but you recognize that these undead have just been given instruction from Dwight. And very quickly you see why. You start to hear the telltale noise of thundering heavy steps through the city, and then you see them golems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12 golems.
That's not how counting works.
It is now. 12 golems just from what you can see, starting to seep into the streets. Every undead they come across, they crush, they pick up zombies and toss them. They're starting to just clean up the streets of the undead as the undead start marching out. And from the tower itself, you can see at the base the magister, the drow magister that you met that one day, has come out with this large black, what appears to be adamantite staff, and she has struck it to the ground, and a spark of power erupts from the top of the staff of this black adamantite orb, and it appears to be she's controlling these golems with this staff. They're too far away to hear what she's yelling, but she obviously is giving commands to these golems. And you hear now from the fleet, the Winkerbean's fleet surrounding Allhaven, you hear bombardments, explosions, cannons firing into the city, and you see groups of undead explode as these cannonballs hit buildings, undead, some living people, right? They're starting to cleanse the city.
I just sit in the sand and just watch.
And you pop up as the reef shark to all this.
With the shield in my mouth, I'm just like...
The shield starts to sink back down to the bottom of the...
Oh, shit.
Good job, shark boy.
I just kind of spit it on the shore. I'm just like...
Does Tala know what's happening since she didn't meet this person or know what that thing is, or...
Magister Sabre?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she can figure it out, but...
You haven't met her, no, but it's pretty obvious this is the drow controlling these golems. You've never seen these golems before. Dwight has never been one to mess around with golems, so it's not his doing. You can guess that Dwight sounded the retreat because
he knew it was coming.
Yeah, this is a lot. And knowing Dwight, he probably wants to keep the bulk of his undead army, right? So for now, for the moment, you are safe outside on the beach, outside of Allhaven, watching basically things burn.
So yeah, this is happening.
What was the name of Winkerbean's flagship again? So I can
The
write it down.
Black Lotus.
What do we do?
Do I see it in the Armada? Would I know it?
You would know it. You don't see it in. You don't see it nearby. No. He did mention that it's probably not going to be in the exact area. He's too careful for that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just watching the fireworks. All Ivan bastards got what was coming to him.
I have no love for Allhaven, so...
Yeah, you barely know what Allhaven is except for the swarm of mortals that took your land.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck those
was
guys.
she one of Dwight's
Oh yeah. You haven't really been introduced to her. I mean, you I don't think you would even. Yeah, even if I made you do a history roll, it might be a lot. I mean, roll history, see if you might.
Him or me?
Him.
Probably not. I think that's intelligence, so that's just a 4 straight up.
Yeah, you're like, wow, that is a huge undead minotaur.
Yep.
So you don't know.
Wow, that is a huge undead minotaur.
Don't talk about me like I'm not here. My name is Tala, the Executioner.
Wonder why they call you that.
Because I did that really cool thing that nobody commented on the ship. Sorry, I'm not bitter about
sarcastic.
But there were explosions. I mean,
it. Just stole my thunder. Yeah.
It was cool.
You think so?
Don't push it.
She's has a smile on her face. With
Tala and her freaking vorpal axe.
Is it a vorpal axe? That's okay.
Vorpal axe.
Kovacs, welcome back.
Thanks.
What are you now?
I'm just the same old paladin.
Sure. Orblin just looks really tired. He's battered.
There's also a shark just like watching everyone talking.
Is the shield still in your mouth?
No, I just like spit it up on the shore.
You've somehow wiggled yourself back up on land. Just flopping.
I just pet him a little bit.
And are the slaves like still on our backs? Like, what is happening?
Yeah, they haven't moved. They're like,
Yo, what happened to Bert?
yeah, where is Bert? He was just with us.
He's probably fine.
He died a noble cause.
Peter's like,
Is that the way he lived?
On fire.
Peter hops off his friend, takes a little cap from inside his pocket, puts it on,
Thanks for the help. I'll be seeing you.
and just walks off.
Well, he looks like he has business to attend to.
Peter walks off with purpose. You don't know why.
A lot of you should head to Fairhome Docks. There's food with your name on it.
All right, okay, we'll try to get there. They
I like lower down so they can get off and out of my disgustingness.
Well, should we just go back to Fairhome?
We escort them while this all sorts itself out.
This, I want no part of this.
So you were just like, I'll just
Hold on. Where's Trixer?
Indeed.
You remember seeing her?
Last I saw, she was with some people I didn't recognize at the End Spire. I believe they have Dwight's phylactery.
She's got some explaining to do.
Yes, this was probably all her doing.
Hold on, phylactery what?
Oh, you know, was he here for that? For Dwight's...
Oh, no, you weren't here for the...
So, my new friend Dwight, he's a lich, and...
Oh, that guy.
Yep.
Dwight.
And it turns out that the ruby, the wish-granting ruby that Allgard...
yeah, Allgard.
Yeah, that Allgard used to create this town is what stores Dwight's essence. And if it's abused for wishes any longer, it will shatter and Dwight will cease to exist. And at this point, I'd rather have Dwight than these people, so...
I'm gonna need to process this.
Dwight is garbage, but he is the lesser of two evils.
Hold on. You all swore yourselves to garbage.
I mean, there's magic involved. I kind of don't have a choice.
Is that why you got all these cool new powers?
I was just hanging out with Dwight.
Shark pluck is just like eating like wet sand, just like
Just having a drink with a lich. All right then.
You know, there's been a lot of changes happening to me recently, and he helped explain something. I'm all grown up now.
Every young man experiences his first necromancy incident, I suppose. Why, in that case, maybe I should just go and swear myself to the undead myself. Wouldn't that be
Well,
lovely?
you did want to raise an entire graveyard, so...
That was for the express purpose of killing the humans responsible for my incident.
It doesn't matter what the power you have is, it's how you use it.
Oh, it wasn't attached to me. I could just do it and then leave and no one would ever know. That's how I prefer to do everything I do.
From the distance, you hear a very familiar, high-pitched, rumbled squealing through the trees near the beach as the citizens are trying to make their way towards Fairheim.
We're walking with them, right?
Yeah, you're walking with them.
Yeah.
You see them kind of stop and take a step back as a massive dire boar is charging straight towards you. They're like, they kind of panic and scream, and they all kind of hide behind you because you're the largest person there.
I will stop being a shark.
Have you been a shark this entire time?
Just flopping along.
I've been carrying him.
I don't know. I kind of assumed maybe I'm just like following on like the shoreline, unless we're walking away from the shore.
Oh no, you're walking alongside the shoreline, so you can.
Okay,
you can.
cool.
You don't have to carry the shark.
So, I mean, he's got horns. I got horns. Can I just like headbutt him?
The dire board?
I guess.
He has got tusks. No. He stampedes close, but then comes to a stop. It's Sir Pickleton, obviously, right? He seems panicked. He's got these wild eyes, and he's just like,
Pluck situation.
Do you want me to take care of this boar?
No.
You know him?
No, he's all right.
He's an acquaintance.
I can't speak with animals.
They're attacking the city!
We saw that.
Oh wait, I can't understand.
The other one!
The other one?
Fairheim!
Right, they're attacking Fairheim.
Oi, what?
Good.
It's a little gnome with a bunch of ships! Come on, come back home! We need your help!
and he just starts to.
Who's attacking them? What's going on?
I will convey what he said. Before he runs off, can I try and grab onto him? Just because I'm assuming that's where he's charging back to.
Roll animal handling.
Can I do the same?
Roll animal handling.
18.
18, nice.
I'm gonna regret this. 10.
10? That's enough. Pluck grabs onto Sir Pickleton's tail. It's very sturdy, he doesn't care. And then you grab onto Pluck. And he just, this dire boar is very, very quickly taking down the beach, and you're just kind of flapping in the breeze behind it
Winkabean!
So they're taking off. The civilians are like, should we still be going to Fairheim?
It's probably the only place they can go. If we can take back Fairheim quickly, they should be safe. That city is all we have left.
Oh, look at me. I'm on a big-ass ball.
I've been dead for a very long time. The geography has changed. There's new development.
We need to get to Fairheim. People,
Yeah.
make your way towards Fairheim. When you arrive, hopefully we will have the situation under control.
They're like, I guess that's all we've got, sure.
Do I know of any, I don't know, I guess nothing would be around because I've been dead for 400 years, so there's not any secret tunnels. I'd be like, my people had a whatever.
Roll history.
2.
No.
I just
My
blinked.
people did nothing.
They did nothing.
There are a series of secret entrances or whatever that
But
you
I know,
of, but
I know
like,
nothing about.
not here. Not here. So you're like, yeah, running is probably best. All right, so you guys take off. The slaves do their best to catch up, but they're very slow. They'll be there at some point.
They're just passing out in starvation.
As you run towards Fairheim, all of you go ahead and make a perception check with advantage.
Is this us on Super
Yeah, everyone.
And I'm right in death.
Oh,
1.
I rolled a 1 and then a 2.
Oh, with advantage?
With advantage, but
22.
It's fine.
13.
10.
10. All right. You first of all, you get a big eyeful of dire boar tail, and that sucked. So as soon as you blink, the hair and dire grease out of your eyes, it's oily, and you don't know why.
What the heck?
Yeah, it smells. It's who knows what he's been using this tail for. Anyway, that's the one. All right. When you usually stare out into the ocean, you're confronted by the mist that surrounds the island. And you remember this from when you were alive. The Blacksteel Isles have always been surrounded by this strange, quasi-mystical mist, right? That keeps it fairly safe from outside invaders, which keeps the island its own kind of separate, isolated economy. That mist is gone. Completely. Something has happened while you were in Allhaven, and the mist has completely dispersed. And in the distance, you see warships lined up. A lot of them.
Of what
A
origin?
lot of them. You recognize the banner immediately. These are all Vizbanar ships. Why? This is an entire naval fleet. Their entire naval fleet. And as far as you can see, they have surrounded the island. And it seems like they've been using the mist to hide in.
Cool. That's great.
So that is what you see on your way to Fairhaven.
Do I know anything history-wise
Oh,
about?
absolutely. Thizbanar, you know...
I mean, about their relationship with Winterbean.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Winkerbean does business with royalty all the time, so it's completely on brand that he has either aligned himself with the Thizbanar royalty, or he's just working as a simple mercenary if they paid him enough money, right? So it doesn't make sense that these ships are here for him. More than likely, he's working with them.
Got it.
Okay, so you see these warships. You're on your way back to Fairheim. Just in the distance, you do see smoke coming out of the city. Immediately, you can tell that things have gone awry. You see buildings on fire. The pretty cook is on fire. The inn. It's not burned down, but it's damaged.
It had a hole in it anyway.
Yeah, a hole in it.
Would the babies still be there?
You don't know. You get back into town.
And Chad explodes.
You get back into town. Anya's statue has been knocked down. The blacksmithy has been damaged, but it's not on fire at least. The orphanage is in rubbles. It is completely shattered. The church has been destroyed. The only real buildings left are what's left of the pretty cook and the scattered housing and infrastructure. That's still somewhat up. And as soon as you get back into town, you see that you see docked ships. Just a massive amount of these warships, Winkerbean's ships, docked around the Fairheim docks. And you see off in the distance these your neighbors, just the folks you've seen around town up until this point, in chains, and they're being marched off onto the ship. And right there at the dock is a tiny little gnome in an ugly purple hat, with big fur, like a fur jacket, and this really gauche looking little scepter thing. Right?
So it's like a little gnome pimp.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. It's and he turns around. He's got this white Santa beard and mustache, and he's giving instructions to his men. And he glances back and sees that you are approaching, and he gives a little signal. He's like, "Oh, hey, hold on a second. The bad guys are here." Looks over to you. "Hi, Wordblund. Nice to see you again. How's the family?"
Oh, that's right. Sorry, touchy subject. Get those slaves on the ship.
How are you doing?
Roman, is this the guy?
What do you think?
Let's kill him.
As you approach, he's like, You notice behind him, every single cannon on his warships is pointed at you. I wouldn't be stupid if I were you. Let me guess. You escaped the prison ship because you wanted to rescue your little Lizzie. Is that right? Didn't you already try once? What made you think that you'd succeed this time?
Because one of your ships is at the bottom of the harbor.
Oh, I got plenty. Oh, was it the one with the slaves? Did you happen to rescue them?
Yes.
I'd like to collect them later if I could.
You won't.
We'll see about that. Anyway, you kind of threw a wrench in Sabre's plans there. And Undead Army, nice touch. You've been hanging out with some powerful folks lately. Kudos. I can respect a man climbing the ladder in the world. Who are your friends?
They're an interesting lot.
Yeah, you got a bird, you got a Death Knight, you got a... Oh, God, what the hell are you?
I'm Tala, the executioner.
Are you like a minotaur or like a cow or like a
I was a minotaur.
like what's even happening with that leg thing going?
Okay, says the little weirdo with the
Hey,
cane.
whoa! Let's not be racist, okay?
Wake your bean.
Yeah.
What you need to know about my friends is that we have insider access into Allhaven.
He called me his friend.
Yeah. if you're trying to negotiate with me, that's not really gonna work. You notice how they were docking my ships for free? Who's got the better access? You little... what even is that costume? Oh, it's terrible. And you, are you like... What are you? Some sort of like raven guy? Chicken dude?
I know.
All right, chicken dude. And he's definitely a death knight. I mean, he's obviously straight up evil.
He won't admit it.
I'm a proud paladin.
Look at the horse you're riding.
Look at your face.
It's fake. Anyway, since you threw a little wrench in Sabre's plans, she had me come collect your people instead of the ones she lost. But yeah, by the way, really nice touch on that zombie apocalypse thing. I couldn't have done it better myself. But because of that...
Whose side are you on?
Side? Werbland. I am...
Oh, look. Who's paying you more money?
Oh yeah, there you go, there you go. Sabre, obviously. Well, what do you think? The royalty on this island. You know, I like to do with the finer things. I am a businessman, all right? And I'm not evil monsters like you and your friends. I mean, come on. I just like money.
You call that synthetic jacket the finer things?
You are literally a Minotaur abomination.
I could crush you.
You get your mama, huh?
You look like a hooker from the Underdark.
Yes, but at least I'm not riding a demon horse. Anyway.
Why are the Thizbanar ships in the distance if you've been working for the Allhavens?
Oh, right. Yeah, about that. That was supposed to be kept secret for a little bit, but I don't know what happened, but the mist disappeared. The Thizbanar's taking your island.
It's not my island.
Well, they're taking this island, and there's nothing really you can do about it. It was going to be a surprise. We were gonna ease the citizens into it, but now because of you, probably, I'm guessing, because of all the undead, they're going to have to go through a much more brutal transition. So thanks for that.
So they're paying you too.
Who?
Thizbanar.
Thizbanar? Yeah. Yeah, of course. Wait, you haven't got it yet, right? You haven't put one and one together? Sabre is Thizbanar.
Makes sense.
They're on the same team, you guys. Come on, catch up.
Kovacs, did you know about this?
I knew they must be related. I recognized her as one of the drow that transformed Thizbanar into a demon-riddled hellscape.
This is a turning point.
As you're discussing amongst yourself, Winkerbean sort of just yawns like, just finish up, boys. We're gonna pack off. Enjoy what's left of your, whatever this place is called.
What do you want for Lizzie?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we negotiating?
I'm offering.
Kill your friends.
They're
Paul
already
kind of
dead.
like scoots.
No, they're not. Okay, the others.
Why? What do you want from them?
Nothing.
What does that get
You
me?
said what you wanted for your daughter, and it would just be really funny to watch you kill your associates.
What would benefit you?
It would bring me pleasure. You want to see your daughter? You want to see Lizzie? Prove I have her. I can do it. Bring her out!
No!
One of his henchmen drags out a cage. And inside is this sort of malnourished, dressed in rags, little deep gnome. And she has a blindfold on, and she's chained. And it is your daughter.
describe all my surroundings. How many guardsmen? Where's...
Wingerbean is surrounded by, at the very least, 8 thugs. Every cannon on his ships are pointed to you into the center of Fairheim. He's backed up against basically an armada. And the firing zone is just a giant cone that covers all of Fairheim. Around you are the scattered remnants of Anya's statue, the broken down bits and pieces of the town. However, very quickly, since you're kind of on alert, trying to search for every option, roll perception with advantage for me.
That's a 1. 19.
19. Okay. You hear a distant moaning sound that no one else seems to hear. And it's getting closer. It's more than one. Several.
Is it familiar?
Oh, yeah. You've heard it once or twice before at this point.
Is it undead?
Oh, yeah.
Coming from Allhaven? Coming from...
Yeah, from Allhaven.
Clock. Bracelet. Now.
I'm going to cast Pass Without Trace on myself.
Okay, so that gives you a plus 10 to stealth, right? What are you going to do with it?
Ooh, do I get that too? Because I'm within 30 feet of you.
Yes, I'm going to give it to all of them as soon as I can.
No, just keep in mind, that doesn't turn you invisible. It just makes you super stealthy.
I'm also going to cast Fog Cloud.
Where?
How far is Lizzie from me?
Oh, they're a good 100-something feet away. I don't think Fog Cloud actually can reach out that far.
No, it doesn't.
He set this up very specifically.
Actually, range is 120.
Oh, hey, it could.
Now that I look at it. I'm going to start walking towards her and speak with Winkerbean.
He goes, ah! And the cannons immediately, any closer, and I'm going to turn you and everything else into paste.
I don't know if it's her. Bring me closer.
I don't care if you think she's fake. You want to test me? Let's see if she's fake. Boys, they draw their sword and they point it at the girl. Let's see if she bleeds deep gnome blood, huh?
How is the moaning getting closer?
Oh, yeah. It's closer and closer.
How close do I reckon these things are?
20 seconds out.
I'm gonna keep him busy. Wait. I have some intelligence that might be of interest to you.
Oh, please. I already told you I have the ear of Sabre herself.
It's about the Endspire.
Like a little thing goes off and is like, aha. What would you know about the Endspire?
I know someone who lives there.
Roll deception.
It's not a lie.
Oh, wait, do you?
Does Dwight live inside the ruby? Technically, he's housed there?
I guess that's not a lie. I guess on a very technical, terms, that's not a lie. Okay, so roll persuasion.
11.
11? You kept him interested. Go on.
The source of the undead on this island. He's got himself an inn up there.
An inn?
Not an inn with 2 ends, with 1 end.
Oh,
He runs a bed and breakfast. It's delightful.
All gnomes like this.
Look at you! You're a gnome, all right? You just got a different skin shade.
Is he shorter than I am?
You're actually around the same height.
I just go up with my toes. Well, my species is a little bit taller and a little bit smaller. So
Excuse me. He also goes up a little bit on his toes like, I think not, sir, and that is racist to imply.
It is not racist.
All of you can start hearing the moans now.
I start shouting louder to distract him from that fact.
Hold on. Though you do shout louder, his enormous ears. He's got very big ears. He starts perking. It's like, oh, Clever. Very clever. Necromancer.
Not I.
Yeah, of course, not you. Boys, we're leaving. Get on the ship. Get that thing below deck. I'll see you later, Werblund.
Is all the cannons are pointed at us, right?
Yeah.
Do I have a feeling that if the cannons were to go off, it would destroy him too?
No.
No?
No. It's angled so that it would blow you up.
Kind of finagling.
Well, you're like 100-something feet away from them, right? So the angles on these very large ships are pointed down like this, while he's like under them.
That far.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
So when your beings start to back up onto the ship,
If I throw fog cloud to their location, would it obscure the view
it would
of us?
It would obscure the view, yes. Yes. It probably wouldn't stop them from retreating back onto the ship, but it would keep them from seeing what you do. But you see Winker Bean slowly back up onto the ship. We're not finished, Werblund. We'll settle this later. Oh, and with your evil friends.
I'm still undecided.
Evil!
At 8.
I take a throwing knife and just chuck it, and so it lands right in front of him.
Dramatic. I like it. He picks it up and he pockets it. We'll save that for later, huh?
Yes, we will.
And he gets back onto the ship. The warships that have surrounded the Fairheim docks start to ease out into the ocean and start to sail towards Allhaven. Just as this undead horde arrives on the scene. And that is where we will call it.
So close.
Wowzers.
So very close.
Damn perception checks.
Yeah, I know, right? And yeah, we went over time a little bit, and I apologize for that, but I really wanted to get to the end of that scene.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining us on Dark and Dicey. Are we having a show next week, or is it?
I believe so.
I'm around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you around?
I will not be, because I will be at PAX.
Got it.
Doing some D&D stuff there, so I don't have my actual schedule, but yeah, I'm doing a few things there. There's a couple of panels with DCA and things like that, so come hang out. It's going to be fun. And also that brings me to, well, not brings me to, but I have a second announcement for fans of Dragon Ball Super. If you're watching the dub, premiering a couple days ago, I actually sang the opening theme song.
Oh yeah, congrats,
Yeah,
man!
thank you. Yeah, thank you. So
Good night, good job.
yeah, so check it out.
Awesome. Anyone else have any announcements, really quick?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Going to Fan Expo Canada next weekend in Toronto. So roll through. We'll be with the cast of Steven Universe.
Man,
I'm going to the Edmonton version of that in a couple weeks, September 20th. So
Heard it's lit.
lit, which I guess is not good because isn't that like the oil place? You don't want oil to be lit. Never mind.
Wow.
It was a stretch.
Actually, opposite of Get Out. Are you available next week at all?
I am.
Sweet. Would you like to come back?
Sure.
Excellent. Well, Amanda will be joining us again. And until then, guys, thank you. This was Dark and Dicey. Please join the Discord, fan art, all that good stuff. We love to see it all. And, oh man, I can't wait till the next session. And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.
Farewell.